Welcome back, everybody. We are the Blitz and Kick podcast where we talk all football all the time.
With the first pick in the 2023 NFL Draft.
All right. Well, I kind of spoiled it, but what are we doing tonight, Kyle?
Well, we're going to do well, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to do a live mock draft here. We're going to go back and forth. I think the best thing for us to do is, I'll take odds and you take evens, or I'll take evens, you take odds, and then just kind of talk you through about, what could happen, whether it be trades or move backs, move ups. I mean, a lot of stuff happened in free agency, lots of stuff, and trades too. So, and then we have the Vikings, obviously, getting that first rounder. So lots of stuff happened. I think this is a good time to do a mock draft because the free agency has kind of settled a little bit, and teams have gotten those free agents. They've gotten those signings. So live mock draft, me and Brad. Let's do it at number one. I think we know who's number one.
Would you say the pick is in?
Yes. All right. Well, with the first pick, the Bears are going to select Caleb Williams, quarterback. We know all about him. You and me both, I would say, have strong disdain for him. And I don't think we're the only ones. I don't love how he didn't really perform or meet or do any of the medical stuff with teams at the combine. He seems kind of entitled. But hey, I mean, your first pick overall, no doubt. He just saw Keenan Allen his pro day. They dapped each other up. So I think there's no doubt he's number one, and we'll see how he does. Brad, I kind of looked at a graphic the other day, and it was all the number one quarterback picks. I'll be honest. There was only like two of them that worked out. And the two that worked out were Jared Goff and Trevor Lawrence. And even them, they're not the greatest. So I would say history is not quite on his side recently.
No, and I love that he needed dapped up to immediately go out and throw like 3 or 4 wobblers. So,
Yeah.
what a great showing to not throw at the combine to then come out and throw some sissy balls. But,
Right.
Whatever. What do I know? I'm not an NFL quarterback, but there were a lot of comments, and I'm going to say this now, is that I didn't see anything that Caleb Williams did at his pro day that Justin Fields is not capable of doing. So, I mean, if that's what you want, if you want a 6th rounder, if you want to start over, if you don't want to pay Justin Fields money, all of that makes sense. But you could really just, and I'm going to say this because I have a lot of friends that are Bears fans, you could take Marvin Harrison Jr., have no qualms, wide receivers do well historically, instead of risking it all on a guy that could be toast in 2 years. But
yes, I mean, it's the name of the game. I like the other guys better than him in terms of like leadership capabilities, possibly more of the. Anyway, we'll get to it. Number 2, we have the
Commanders.
Yeah. So Commanders. I mean, I think it's between 2 guys. I guess it could be between 3 from our recent reports that we've seen. But I can't think it's J.J. McCarthy. I can't.
No.
That'd be no way. I mean, I think it's Jaden or Drake May, and I'm starting to lean towards Jaden Daniels a little bit.
That was going to be my pick. So the pick is in for this one. And honestly, I just prefer Jaden Daniels. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's never been a Heisman winner that's put up the kind of stats that he put up. It's very impressive to be high in a lot of categories in that way, and to do it in the SEC is no joke. Not saying that the other conferences suck, but just saying like, that's a hard conference to dominate in, and he did very well. So I think at this point I will say that Jaden Daniels I feel is the better fit for the Commanders, even though I understand that Drake May is getting a lot of comparisons to big guys that also struggled before they came in. I get it. You can always rework things with a quarterback decision making. There's a lot of things you can polish. You can't polish an arm, and Drake May's got a great arm. But I just think I want the all-around guy. I'd rather have Jaden Daniels. That's kind of where the NFL is moving to, is to have this like, dual threat, multiple weapon type of quarterback. And I just think it screams Jaden Daniels to me. But the Commanders may not feel that way. So
it'll be interesting. Drake May does have some wheels on him too, but I would say Daniels is more the prototypical dual threat option. If they want more excitement, it's probably Jaden Daniels, right? If you look at like long term, the guy, I don't know. I mean, it's really different flavors. I think it kind of gets
I
weird.
also smell Andrew Luck versus Robert Griffin again with this pick. Do you feel that pressure?
I think Andrew Luck had a lot less like mental mistakes coming out.
For sure.
And had that savvy, intelligent quarterback brain that people love, ideal size. I mean, Drake May, I think, has all the tools. It's just, he regressed this year. So if you don't believe in your team, in your stability, and in the players around him, I would not draft Drake May or not start him the first couple of years. And I don't know if the Commanders are there quite yet. Not on the offensive line. I think weapons, they're fine. But offensive line, I don't think they've gotten good enough to have Drake May behind there and then regress even more. I think Jaden Daniels might be able to, run around a little bit and make some things happen. So it gets interesting here, the pick 3. Do we think the Patriots are going to trade, or do we think they're going to draft someone?
Here's my problem with a Pats trade. The only people that are really going to trade to get in that spot to get Drake May that have the capital and what makes sense for them to go up is the Vikings. We all know this. You guys have been following everything. They went and they got pick 23 from the Texans. They have pick 11. If I'm the Patriots, do I feel secure to trade back knowing that I have Jacoby Brissett as my quarterback?
Yes.
Let's start there, first of all. Second of all, I have no real weapons for whichever quarterback that goes in there. So you're either going to take a quarterback, put him behind Jacoby Brissett for a year, and then either this year or next year go in on weapons, offensive line, and really help him. Or you take the risk on may not be it. Let's get what we can get for him and go get a receiver and an offensive tackle. This is a great draft to do that. So I just don't see it.
I'm going to throw a curveball here. I think the Giants trade up from 6 to 3 with the Patriots.
For McCarthy?
And get J.J. McCarthy.
God. Is that what we're doing?
I'm going to do. I think that's a legitimate.
Just tell me the pick is in before I start crying.
Pick is in.
This is disgusting. I'm
going to say the Giants trade up to number 3. They give, obviously, number 6. They give a second rounder this year and a second rounder next year. And they get J.J. McCarthy. We've seen so many reports that they're in love with this kid.
Oh my God.
And I think receiver is definitely on the table for him if they stay. Because I don't think they need to jump up for a receiver. I think they'll get a good one at 6. But I just think the direction of the team, can you really just bank on a quarterback sliding to 6 or another year of Daniel Jones like that? I don't think you can. I think you have to get one, and I don't think Penix or Bo Nix or either of those guys are the ones to get. So I think they're going to make a trade up and go for JJ or Drake May. And in this scenario, I'm going to say it's JJ McCarthy.
Well, what's wild here is let's just talk about where we are in the draft board right now before we go anywhere else. This is 3 quarterbacks off the board. that leaves us with Drake May, Michael Penix, and Bo Nix as the next 3 available. The Cardinals don't need a quarterback. Neither
Who's
do
that?
the Chargers. So
Right.
are you smelling a trade here at 4?
I think what the
Or do
3
the Cards
is.
stay home and take Marvin Harrison?
I think the Cards stay home. I think they stay there. They take, and I'm
Go
gonna
ahead
say
and say
get rid.
it.
No. I think it's the Cardinals. I think they're gonna stay, and it's not gonna be Marv. I'm gonna say Odunze.
Oh, okay. So the pick is in. Let's do it.
I say Cardinals take Odunze, kind of like a Larry Fitzgerald kind of guy.
Weird.
I love Marv as a player, but I don't know what he's done the last month or so, and draft prep has really pissed me off. So I'm going to drop
I have to
him.
be frank. If you're going to talk about one of the hardest working receivers we saw at the combine, Rome Odunze did not have to do anything. Chose to go out there, chose to look like a boss, chose to run the cone drill again and again and again. That is the kind of guy that I want on my roster. Even if he's not the most perfect receiver, the work ethic is so important in the draft process.
Who is at 5? We have the Chargers. I mean, I think
I think the Vikings move up at this point.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see the Vikings moving up to 5 for the Chargers. Let's do it. Let's go. Vikings trade up from pick 11 or 12. 11, and then they give them 23 as well,
and probably another first rounder,
and probably another first rounder next year for pick 5. Yeah, let's do it. And the Vikings select Drake May, quarterback. Just kidding. Bo Nix. No, I'm just kidding. Drake May, quarterback, UNC. I think Drake May is their guy, honestly, and I could see them trading up to 5 or 3 or 4, and getting him. I think Drake May is their guy, no doubt. So I'm comfy with that. I think that makes sense. Pick 6
is the Pats.
Let
me type that real quick so we can just make sure we know who we're talking about.
Patriots. So I think they obviously love what they did, trading down, getting picks, helping the roster, and they still have one of the best receivers on the board. I'm going to go, what do you think? Malik Neighbors here? Or Marv?
Marv.
All right. Marvin Harrison.
Listen, crazy man, I think we can only do one crazy thing per draft here. As much as I agree with you that he's a turd, I still think people are going to bank on him because of his dad.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he works out. He had a great season. We're going to bank on him because his name is Marvin Harrison. So,
yeah, and this allows the Patriots to pick up some picks and maybe one of those seconds this year. They could get a quarterback maybe there, or maybe they trade it for next year and, get picks to move up for a quarterback next year. There's so many things you can do with more picks. And they're a team that we've talked about that is in dire need of like 3 offensive linemen, 2 receivers, a tight end probably.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, and a quarterback. Everything. So I think it'd be smart for them to move down. All right, Titans. I think this is a no-brainer. I think
hold on.
No?
I don't know, because I think it's between 3 guys. The position is a no-brainer. Who goes here is what's going to be the hard part. Now, personally, I can't get over watching Joe Alt, a 6'8" dude, absolutely destroy the combine with how fast he was. If I'm the Titans here, this is one of those times where you just take the card up. Not that silly, let's drain 20 minutes off the clock. Like, you just take it up there. You know what you want.
I think you got to run to the board and get Joe Alt here.
I agree.
Getting Ridley, Hopkins over there, Tony Pollard, Spears. You have Skoronski. You signed Lloyd Cushenberry. It's time to get your left tackle for the future, probably the next 10 years. I think picks in with number 7.
Let's do it.
Titans go Joe Alt tackle. Notre Dame. I think this is a pick that makes so much sense. We've had this pick forever, and it hasn't really wavered. And I
You
think
know,
I think you like that as a
Yeah.
franchise, So
and the dumb thing is, I feel the same way about the next pick. Like we've talked about
Okay.
this pick being what this pick is for like
Yeah.
2 months, and I
You
think it would have
thinking-
changed if Kirk Cousins didn't sign with Atlanta. However, I think you and I are in agreement. This is the Dallas Turner landing spot.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. They I'm just gonna say like they got a couple receivers in Mooney and Rondale Moore. And while I don't think that refrains them from taking a receiver, I do think it's a step in the direction of like, okay, Kirk has 3 receivers now. He has a good tight end. He has 2 good running backs. Has a great offensive line. Let's start investing in the defense because they didn't really get an edge in free agency. So yeah, I think picks in with this one.
100%. Let's do it.
Yeah, Dallas Turner, Alabama. I think he's the number 1 off the board for sure. This is interesting. 9. So that's the Bears. Okay.
Okay, so let me fix this up. I'm gonna catch us up a little bit. Drake May is
Yeah.
gone. Odunze and this is easy. I already figured out what they're doing here.
Okay,
about
so
you?
a couple names come to mind. I'm thinking Neighbors. I'm
Yeah.
thinking Olu,
Yep.
Fashanu, and maybe a Jared Verse or a Latu. But I'm starting to think the latter. I'm starting to think like a tackle or Neighbors here. They went out and got Keenan Allen, but I don't. Again, I think Keenan Allen's
a short-term solution.
Yeah, short term. Yeah, I think Neighbors. Can we agree on that? Neighbors.
I'm cool with Neighbors. Let's lock it in.
All right. All right, Neighbors. The Bears at number 9.
Neighbors Qua. I don't want Neighbors Qua.
Neighbors at number 9. Man,
Wow,
I feel
I'm
so
really
bad for
messing
Justin Fields. Like Justin Fields didn't get any of this treatment at all.
No, he didn't.
So Caleb, you got pretty much everything you need there, buddy. 10 for the Jets. Man, I think it's man.
My opinions on this have changed greatly thanks to their free agency.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Brock Bowers now.
I think it is too. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I didn't mean to cut you off. My thing was.
I was like,
sitting
oh
over
yeah,
it.
he's antsy, man. All right, let's do it, Brock Bowers. Yeah.
No, I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
But I do
think
that this is a slam dunk pick for the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, Tyron Smith is a nice move, short term for sure, and you could argue tackle or guard, Fatanu or Olu or Fuaga. But yeah, I think Brock Bowers is just that tight end that can help Rodgers in the short term and then be your tight end long term as well. So
There's a lot of O-line still on the board here. That'll clean it up a little bit.
And I think the Chargers go O-line here. And I'm going to throw
too.
And it's going to be somebody that you might not have expected. I'm going to go Amarius Mims here. I'm going to go a different route. I've seen the Chargers talk to him quite a bit. Harbaugh is goo gaga over these massive offensive linemen. And I would not be surprised to see him do something unconventional because he's that kind of guy. Like, he's not going to do something normal. Look at their offseason so far. Mike Williams gone. Keenan Allen for a 4th round. Eckler, see you later.
Gone.
They have nobody. I think he's going to build it the way he wants to. And I think he'll do something unconventional. I'm thinking of Amarius Mims here. What do you think?
I mean, I really disagree with this. I think they could absolutely take Blake Corum in the 1st round. And but it would be something that Harbaugh would do. It really would. I mean, I don't hate Amarius Mims. Let's go ahead and put that in, and then we'll talk about it. I think the only thing I don't like about this is how little he started at Georgia.
Right. Yeah.
That's my only hang-up.
Mm-hmm.
I have one for you, and I'm curious to know what you think. So the Broncos are on the board.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos are in no hurry to get a quarterback. There's no reason to reach for a quarterback in the 1st round. So what do you usually do? If your main position is not there, you trade back.
Trade back. Yeah, I'm loving it. I don't know if you have this team in mind. I'm thinking the Steelers. Do you have somebody else?
Yes, I do.
Oh no! I don't
on.
want to. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean,
This is my thought, but it is your pick. This is just
Yeah.
my thought, and I wanted to throw it out there because I thought about it today, and I was like, dude, they are still a contending team.
yeah,
If you can trade up with a fledgling franchise that is like, I have no
Right.
idea what to do with this pick at 12 because I'm just outside all that massive
Yeah.
talent.
yeah,
It makes sense for the Eagles to go get aggressive, go take a stud at corner, and maybe compete for another Super Bowl. I mean, there's not a lot that they lost other than Kelsey,
Yeah.
really, and some defensive linemen.
yeah. I mean,
but-
I would love giving up a second round pick because I think they need guys, but I think this is definitely plausible. I think it is. So let's do it. Let's do something weird. Let's go Eagles trade up with the Broncos. They give them their pick at 22, and then their second round, one of their seconds this year, and the Eagles pick is in.
My only drawback with that, if you're going to go that high, do you want Quinyon Mitchell?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you could argue one of the linemen there for sure. I think that's a
I think
possibility.
so too.
But
it's not their biggest area of
Yeah.
need at
Yeah.
all.
I think Howie wants to get younger. He wants to get a lockdown corner long term. He saw what happened with 3 aging corners this year and aging safety. I think he's had enough of it. He's going to overcorrect here and go balls to the wall for a young corner.
And I think that's what hurt you the most last year. So it would make sense for Howie to say, okay, we made some good moves. Let's
Yeah.
finish this off. Let's get a Super Bowl ring
Yeah.
and really start taking over that division.
13. Who's at 13?
13 is the Raiders.
Raiders. Okay. Oof. You know what? I think this is a solid spot for maybe like a Fuaga or a Fatanu. You know, they've fallen a little bit. You know, they have Minshew and Connell, and it's not great. But again, I think they could get one. Yeah, Patrick. I think they could get a quarterback in the second round, possibly.
Probably.
What do you think for one of those linemen? Or do you have someone else in mind at 13?
I think. Well, I also had corner and edge. I made my own little note, depending on what would be there, what I would take.
Yeah.
And I did have O-line in there as well. I didn't put quarterback because they're not going to reach for a quarterback in the first round. But I will say, if the opportunity arises, they are not very good in the first round. It would be nice for them to take something easy instead of taking Alex Leatherwood. Like, I didn't even like that pick, and I'm an Alabama fan. I'm like, but okay. So, where are you leaning with this? Because I'm kind of torn at this point because you.
I'm thinking Fatanu here.
Listen.
I mean, I would too, Jerry. So Jerry McKinley said would rather trade the second round for Surtain for the Eagles to the Broncos, and I totally agree. I just think they're asking insane amounts for him. Like, I think it would take a first rounder, a pick next year, and like Hassan Reddick, and I don't think
100%.
Howie's totally willing to do that. I mean, he's a great player for sure, but I think you're mortgaging way more than a second round pick for Surtain.
So let's wrap this one and move on. I think Fashanu for me is a great offensive tackle. I think people are going to be concerned depending on how serious his injury was from the combine. So I could see Fuaga taking the spot, but Fashanu would not be bad if you could afford to let him wait and rest it out.
What do you think, Fashanu, Fuaga, or Fatanu? There's three of these.
It's definitely between Fashanu and Fuaga here.
All right,
even though I like Fatanu.
Yeah, let's go Olu here. I think that makes sense for the Raiders.
Let's do it.
Nice. Yeah, I think he's your prototypical left tackle. They need. Hey, God. I think they need one desperately. They need to rebuild that offensive line. That makes a lot of sense. So who did the Raiders trade with again? Raiders went from third.
Eagles traded with Broncos.
Okay. And was this the Raiders' own pick?
This was the Raiders' own pick.
Oh, okay.
Let me go through and clean up here real quick. So we took Fashanu. We took Amarius Mims. Sorry, guys. I know this is not the fun part, but I don't want us to accidentally pick multiple people and look stupid.
All right.
So the Saints are next. Let's be honest here, Kyle.
I think Penning the Penning experiment is done with,
Yes.
you can make an argument there. And then Lattimore has been rumored in trades. So I think you could go corner here or tackle. That's what I'm looking at.
You make me laugh. In order, I have offensive tackle, corner, wide receiver.
Yeah. I think Fuaga would make sense here for sure.
Yeah.
I think Fatanu though. I think he is flexible enough to play tackle and guard. That could be sneaky. And then maybe a guy like Terrion Arnold here would make sense too. What do you think out of those guys?
I got to go Fuaga. There's no way
Okay.
Fuaga should actually go at 14 in a real
Yeah.
draft, but if it happens, hey, somebody
Okay.
got lucky.
Yeah, I'm down with it. Let's do it. All right, awesome. Talise Fuaga. Yeah, a big need. 2 tackles in a row. I think since the tackles are starting to come off the board, 3 out of the last 4 picks here, the Colts, they don't need one. I think the Colts, yeah. Do they trade back with the Steelers? Where are the Steelers at?
Steelers, let's see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They're at 20.
Oof. I'm going to say the Steelers trade up. Nah, I don't know. Would the Colts trade down, or were they just like, oh my gosh, Terrion Arnold's there, let's do it?
Well, Terrion Arnold is there. That was my whole thing. Was like,
Okay.
Terrion Arnold is there. I think they're just happy with that.
Okay.
However, the next team I could see moving with the Steelers.
Okay, yeah, yep, that works.
Who did we just say?
Terrion Arnold to the
Thank
Colts
you.
at
Oh my
15.
gosh.
Very good. One of the best corners in this draft. Maybe not quite as freaky as Quinyon Mitchell, but played, absolute crazy ball in the SEC. Physical, tough, has the right mindset, hard worker, all the stuff you love. You need a corner. So 16.
Let's get exciting here for a second because we
All right.
are at the Colts pick. So we're going to go ahead and pull up our giveaway, which we had 5 entries for our giveaway. So if you don't know what we're giving away, let me put this away for a second. Hold on a second. So we had the opportunity to go to the NFL Combine, and Josh Downs was there handing out autographs. I have an autographed Colts flag by Josh Downs that we are giving away free to our followers. The giveaway for that closed at 6:30 today. It's been up for 2 weeks. But these are the 5 people that were in. Let's go ahead and spin it and see who is winning this awesome thing.
Hey, Jerry.
Jerry. Nice. Well, congratulations, Jerry.
Congratulations. Hopefully Josh Downs kills it this year.
Hopefully.
Nice.
I will go ahead and pull our sheet back up. I am going to make a comment real quick. You go ahead and do what you need to.
Yeah, so Colts at 15 got Terrion Arnold.
I shared the wrong thing.
No, you're good. I think the Steelers are in a position to trade up for tackle. I think they're in a position to trade up even for a corner too. I'm not sure who's at 16. Who's at 16? Do you know?
Yes, Seahawks.
Seahawks. All right. Man, are they the kind of team? This is new coaching. Could they go Penix here? I mean, they Geno's 1 year left. Sam Howell is a backup, not a long-term dude. Do you think they go BPA here, or do you think they go Michael Penix? Is Fatani still there? I could see them grabbing him at guard too.
Yes, who's on the board? I was typing on a message.
Yeah, you're good. Seahawks are up. Man, I think they would go Penix or Fatanu here. What do you think?
I am of the opposite opinion here.
Okay.
I think they go Fatanu or Jared Verse here.
Oh, Jared Verse, interesting. Oh, Latu's still there too.
That too.
Oh. I just feel like Fatani makes a lot of sense for Seattle. I don't know.
Let's do it. Let's put it in there.
Man, so Verse, I can see Verse falling. I don't know about Latu, though. I think Latu's his run is soon over. 17. Jaguars.
I'll just start putting them in there, and then if we trade, I'll move them out.
Yeah. They're probably pissed that all these linemen went.
Probably.
They're super pissed.
However, I have for you.
You thinking receiver?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what you thinking?
Watch this.
Brian Thomas, I love it. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Calvin's gone. Man, they have a lot of speed on those receivers. So
Yes, they do. And that
like
guy had a fantastic combine.
Yeah, his hands are a little iffy, but everything else were woof.
It's great.
Boy's
Yeah.
fast. Yeah. I think that makes
up here a little bit. We took Fatanu. Fuaga is gone. Do you want a board update after I do this?
No, I'm good. We'll run with it.
Okay. We are slowly running out of talent at a couple positions here.
Yeah.
Let's see. After the Jags is the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oof. Actually, I think defensive end is perfect for them. Opposite Trey Hendrickson, I think they could clean up with a defensive end for sure. But then you got to think about T. Higgins as well, who might be on his way out. He does not want to be back with the Bengals. So will that make them go a little heavy for receiver? What do you think? Honestly,
D-line makes sense because I'll be honest, T. Higgins is a great receiver. I'm more concerned that there's been no headway.
Yeah.
Like, I would think if he's going to move, somebody would have moved heaven and earth to get this guy because he's really a wide receiver one playing a wide receiver two role.
Yeah.
So I think it's too early to tell. I mean, let's look. Who do we have here? So D-line, we have Verse, Latu, Byron Murphy, Johnny Newton, Chop. Receivers, we have Xavier Worthy, Adonai Mitchell, Keon Coleman, and Xavier Leggett.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a little too early for those guys. Now I'm kind of leaning either Latu or Murphy even.
I'm on board for Latu, I think.
Okay.
I think Ray Hendrickson has been doing it by himself for too long.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Bengals go Latu, one of the best edges in this draft. Highly productive, extremely good motor, really good with his hands. I think he'll be excellent with Cincinnati if they go there. Rams. Oh, this is interesting. They lost a D tackle to the Hall of Fame. Could they?
I'm sorry, I thought that was your pick. My bad.
Is that what you're thinking too? D tackle.
Yeah. However,
Yeah,
let's just make sure we're on the same page. Byron Murphy, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All
Byron Murphy. I think.
I tried to click out of the page.
Cutting me off. All right, yeah.
Put it on there. I'm sorry.
Byron Murphy. Yeah. I guess that's how you get me to shut up. If you want, just stick to.
I really didn't mean to, man. I'm serious. I hit the wrong button. Oh my god! Sorry.
No. Who's up? Who's up at 20?
Steelers.
Oh, Steelers. Okay.
Yep. Let me just move us up.
What linemen do we have left? Offensive linemen.
Yes, sir. I'll look here for you one sec. We have JPJ, JC Latham, Tyler Guyton, Graham Barton, and Jordan Morgan.
Give me Yeah, give me JPJ here. What do you think?
I am in agreement. I almost smashed that button. This time, I'm letting you know that I'm going to hit the button.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. They need offensive line help. Center, interior guy.
Yeah,
You know,
whatever.
the next Pouncey, right? I mean, they had
Whoa,
Pouncey.
I didn't
They had
put that in
Pouncey
there.
forever. They need a center like that, a guy who can hold down the fort for that long. 21.
Yep. 21 is the Dolphins. How unfortunate that the perfect pick for the Dolphins got one pick ahead of them.
That is very rough
Yeah.
indeed. Dang.
Corner.
Yeah, that can make sense. Corner for sure. But they lost Christian Wilkins too. Do you think a guy like Johnny Newton could go here as well?
Or no, they signed Kendall Fuller, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Then yeah, I would say Johnny Newton makes sense here.
Okay.
Are we putting it in
cool.
writing?
Yep.
Cool. So for anyone that's watching, if anybody knows why he's going by Johnny now instead of Jerzon, please let us know because I have no idea when that changed.
Teams have had trouble spelling Jerzon, so he's like, all right, just go Johnny.
Oh,
and then they're like JONNY. He's like, damn it. Never mind. All right, 22.
Yeah, I'm updating to see what we have here. 22.
That was the Eagles pick, right?
Yes. So it is the
Broncos.
I think I'm gonna make out here.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Jared Verse makes a lot of sense here.
Yes, I would be down with that.
Let's do it.
All right.
Whoopsie. Whoop.
Jared Verse to the Broncos.
I'll spell it out. So you guys know he's not from Fresno State. Let's see. Vikings traded with the Chargers. Chargers are up again.
So they went with
Here, I'll tell you. Amarius
Mims.
Yep.
Man, I think they should come back and get a receiver for Justin.
Ooh, lots of great options here too.
And I don't think he's going to go Worthy. I don't think Harbaugh's about that.
I know what I like here.
I would say Keon or Adonai Mitchell. Which one would you prefer?
That's hard. Like Keon is that big body Keenan Allen type of guy, but AD Mitchell is speedy. So it's hard because what are you going to squeeze out of Josh Palmer and Quentin Johnson?
Yeah,
I
feel like
they both have is speed.
Yeah, I think Keon's a little more of a Jim Harbaugh type receiver, maybe.
Let's lock in Keon.
All right. I'm cool with that. I mean, they need a guy, like just a guy. They need someone. You can't go with Quentin Brickhands Johnson as your number 1 or 2. That's not possible. Cowboys, yeah. Man, they did nothing for agency. Absolutely nothing.
No, they didn't.
So I think a splash is possible here. Now, what would that splash entail?
Offensive lineman?
Yeah, maybe. Offensive lineman, I don't think the D tackles, they're gone. I think Cooper DeJean would make a lot of sense too. I think
it would.
He's a name, right? I think he'd be a total Cowboy. I think that would be enough of a splash for him. I think that or maybe Adonai Mitchell or a lineman. What do you think?
So let me just throw these out. AD Mitchell, JC Latham, or Cooper DeJean?
Yeah, I'm with Cooper DeJean on this one.
Let's do it. Iowa, thank you for returning Caleb Proctor to us.
Yeah, what I was going to text you about that. I'm like, what the heck? So strange.
While
You
we're
find
here, I know we have some viewers. If people haven't seen this either, allegedly, Caleb Downs is following Alabama football again and not following anything Ohio State related. So I would absolutely crap myself if Caleb Downs came back. I would laugh so hard if he pulled the biggest fast one on Ohio State.
Okay, think about it though. Those two guys, I mean, Ohio State's going to be good next year for sure. But like those two guys going from Alabama, who has a Heisman candidate, to whatever his name is, Howard, and whoever the heck Iowa's offense is, like, come back. Why, like, yeah, money talks. Yeah, for sure too. But like, okay, I think I'd rather play on Jalen Milroe's team than whoever Iowa has. And then, Ohio State's QB. My gosh. So, yeah. All right.
Oh, Packers. Yeah. You know what I didn't fix? This was the year that there was only 31 picks.
Oh, last year.
Yeah. Let me fix that real quick. I forgot about that. I was like, why does this look wrong? Okay, I fixed it. There we go. Packers. I think
tough. It's tough. You thinking Latham?
There you go, Jerry. Nice job. I am thinking Latham. That makes the most sense to me here.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Let's do it.
I think ideally they'd like someone else there. Like, I feel like, Mims I don't think it's going to fall that far. In our draft, he didn't. But, yeah, I think that's a good pick. I'd also watch out for like a Sua Mataya maybe too. All right, 26. Sorry, Buccaneers. I'm going to throw out
this one.
Let me throw out a name for you. I'm going to throw out Chop. Shaq Barrett is on another team. They love drafting edge rushers. They brought back Levante David. They want to retool on defense. Todd Bowles is a great blitzer and a great designer at blitzing. JPJ is not there, and Latham is not there. I think it would either be offensive line or Chop Robinson. What do you think?
Or as a wild card, I could see receiver. Depending on how Mike Evans continues to play down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he has that many years left.
But he's also had 1,000-yard seasons every freaking season he's played somehow.
And Jason Light, their GM, recently said actually like he wouldn't be surprised if after this contract, Evans would get another 2 years.
Oh.
So like I think they're pretty much set in stone with those guys for right now. I think it's always awesome to get Baker some help, but I think what Todd Bowles could do with the Chop Robinson, just throwing him around everywhere, I think that would be pretty nasty.
I agree. Well, let's lock it in.
All right, an Alabama, a Penn State, and an Iowa guy in the last 3 picks. Tell me what doesn't belong.
Iowa.
All right. Cardinals. They went.
I have a twist for you on this one, but I want to hear what you say first.
Yeah.
Do
you think someone? Oh, defense. Okay.
Is my first thought, but actually, what they do? What do we do with them in this draft? Do they take
Odunze.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know, Squidbilly.
I mean, I think possibility for I think this would be a good spot for a team in the second round to jump up to 27.
Yeah.
Take a QB. Because I think there's a lot of similar talented players on the board right now.
I think I know what you're doing.
Who you putting there? Raiders. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Raiders jumping up to 27 to take Michael Penix or Bo Nix. What do you think?
Honestly, Bo Nix is more their MO, but Michael Penix would probably be a better fit.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm cool with whatever you want. So,
Let's do Penix.
all
I
right.
think Penix had a better combine. Just wanted you guys to freak out there for a second.
And then let's just say they trade, that second round pick, a third round pick, and then like a third next year. I'm just a Bill. 20. The Bills. Well, I think they're happy with who's still on the board. You thinking Adonai Mitchell here?
I sure am. I was going to ask
right.
you if that's what you were cool with.
Yep. I think that makes a lot of sense as a Gabe Davis replacement. All right. 29, the Loins. Ooh, this is interesting. This is tough.
Is it?
I think so.
Sure. There's still a corner up there that I'd be snapping up if it fell to me.
Kool-Aid?
Running a 4.28.
Oh, Wiggins. Oh my gosh. Yes. Makes sense to me.
Which his little injury could cause a little slidey slide.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even want to see what you're gonna do to me here.
Oh, I'm thinking Xavier Worthy, man. No doubt about it. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it, but I would, I'd be stoked.
Oh, oops, sorry. If that falls to us, I say I know we have so many other needs.
Yeah.
Slam the card down for that, please. Because have we found anything out about Flowers other than he had like some legal trouble?
Yeah, that's all we know.
So, I mean, depending on the severity, it could be interesting for him. Rashad Bateman, I'm done with him. I'm done with him because every year Harbaugh says he's going to have a breakout year. He's going to have a breakout year. I'm done with that. Yeah. I think Worthy, Andrews, and potentially Flowers could be potent enough to help Lamar go to the next level.
Yeah.
49ers.
I wouldn't be surprised with the Sugo Mataya there as well. So I think the Niners. I think Niners. I think they go either Sugo Mataya, Kool-Aid, or Guyton. Do you have a preference on any of those guys? They did lose defensive end. Is there a defensive end out there? I don't think there is.
There is actually. Actually, wait, did we take him? That's what I wanted at the Ravens, and I forgot about it. That's okay.
Ew.
There is one, Kyle. Darius Robinson.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would fit that line, though.
He's a tweener.
Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking, what do you think? Sugo Mataya, Guyton, or like Kool-Aid? I feel like Kool-Aid has that edge that the Niners kind of, like there. I think he would fit in very, very well. I'm cool with whatever you want here. I'm not really. I hate the Niners anyway, so you can pick whoever you want.
After the pro day that Kool-Aid had, he ran a 4.47 on a Jones fracture.
It's good time. It's a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
This team is the Chiefs.
We're not gonna. Why is that not? Hang on 1 second. You go ahead and talk. I need to make sure this is ready for next time.
You're good. Chiefs at 32. Most of those receivers are gone.
Except for another speedy guy that should not have moved as fast as he did.
Oh, yes, I know what you're thinking. Tackle is a possibility.
Yeah.
Linebacker is a possibility, I think. That could be sneaky. And
Well,
then if
there
he
are
trades,
no real tackles left.
no, like Guyton's like the only one. I don't think he goes here.
No.
So I'm thinking either corner, receiver, or tackle. I don't think there are any corners left worth taking here.
No, Kamari Laster is what I have on our list.
Yeah, I don't think that's. Yeah, I'm
Peyton
thinking
Wilson
either.
could probably get in the second.
Yeah, I'm thinking either Peyton Wilson or Lad McConkey here.
Oh, look at
Who
me.
you thinking? Who
Nothing.
you think? What?
I forgot all about Lad McConkey and didn't even put him on the list.
Who's left there?
I have Xavier Leggett.
Oh, interesting.
Because it would give them something they don't have, which is a big bodied guy.
Yeah, bigger body guy. Could be like a Dwayne
Lad
Bowe
would be
kind
fine.
of.
Lad would be fine, but
Yeah.
I mean, actually, this is an even one. It's your call.
Yeah,
Do you want me to hit the button and then tell me what it is after the button for drama?
yeah, I'll do something really weird. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And the Chiefs take Kalen King. What?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I think. Leggett. Let's do Xavier Leggett here.
I like that.
Run on receivers
Although
a little bit.
I'm cool with Lad here too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this up if I can, because it's being a turd, and hopefully it'll be better next time. That's my bad for not checking this beforehand. Okay, do you want to see our full draft before we review? Let's look at it one more time. So let's go all the way to the beginning. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Bears, Caleb Williams. Commanders, Jaden Daniels. Giants, J.J. McCarthy. They trade up. Cardinals, Roma Dunze. Vikings, Drake May. Marvin Harrison to the Patriots. Titans, Joe Alt. Falcons, Dallas Turner. Bears, Mike Neighbors. Jets, Brock Bowers to round out the top 10.
We'll go to the next 10. Go for it.
Yeah. Chargers, Amarius Mims. Eagles trade up to get Quinyon Mitchell. Raiders, Olu Fashanu. Saints, Talis Fuaga. Colts, Terrion Arnold. Seahawks, Trey Fatanu. Jaguars, Brian Thomas Jr. Bengals, Latu. Rams, Byron Murphy. Steelers, JPJ. Dolphins, Johnny Newton or Jerzon Newton, whatever you want to call it. Broncos, Jared Verse. Chargers, Keon Coleman. Cowboys, Cooper DeJean. Packers, J.C. Latham. Buccaneers, Chop Robinson. Raiders at 27 trade up to get Michael Penix Jr. Bills, Adonai Mitchell. Lions, Nate Wiggins. Ravens get the speedy boy Xavier Worthy. 49ers, Kool-Aid, McKinstry, and Chiefs to round out the first round. Xavier Leggett, receiver, South Carolina. What's the pick you like most out of our mock?
You know, it's a very early pick, and it's the Jets taking Brock Bowers. If you could just imagine an offense with Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Breece Hall, Brock Bowers, and Aaron Rodgers, on paper, that looks really good. It may suck at first, but on paper, it's not bad.
Yep. Big fan of that. Also a big fan of course, the Giants taking J.J. McCarthy, of course. So, big fan there.
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit. But
yeah. Awesome. That was fun. So I'm sure we'll do another couple or live one at some point too. So
if you don't know what that is, because I know we have several listeners here, if you are interested, inbox us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, however you're watching. Message us. We do a live mock draft where we have somebody pick each one of the different teams. We have them come on live like it's a real mock draft. Tell us what the pick is, and we'll do a live mock like we did today, but instead of the two of us, it'll be a bunch of different people. So if you are interested in that, reach out to us. We will post about it quite often leading up to it, probably starting next week. But thanks for hanging, guys. We will.
I saw it this time. Interesting. All right.
Okay.
Now we know.
All right. Thanks for hanging, guys. We will see you next time.
Later.